So there are going to be no new golf clubs being released in 2021. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for clicking on this, thanks for taking the time out to watch my videos, and make sure you do subscribe and hit that thumbs up button so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. So guys, today we are talking about new golf clubs coming in 2021 and why there are probably going to be almost no golf clubs being released. Now, obviously with coronavirus, I know everyone's talking about it, it's so dull, we're so past it, but we have to mention it because coronavirus hit at the time when golf clubs are typically being released in that kind of January through to March kind of April window. Obviously Taylormade released all their new sim drivers during that time. We've seen new golf clubs from a bunch of other manufacturers as well. And you know, this creates a real problem because, well, let's use Taylormade for example. They've released all these new products and then, you know, I'd say about 50% of us have had golf courses closed for a few months, unable to play golf. Some of us are furloughed, some of us are now unemployed, so we don't have that expendable income. And you know, if we're not able to play golf, we're probably not going to be buying golf clubs. I mean, I'm sure there are some of you guys out there who are sat at home bored and have probably made some ill-advised purchases online during this time. But, you know, that is the sad truth of it, that, you know, there's going to be all this stock saved up. No one's playing golf. No one's been able to use their new golf clubs. If you guys, you know, bought clubs at the end of last summer or something, you've probably hardly used them, hardly had a chance to use them. And through this summer, who knows how much golf we're actually going to be able to play. How much use are you going to get out of those new clubs as well? So this is throwing a real problem into golf manufacturers. I think there's one manufacturer who we will see golf clubs from being released in 2021. I think Titleist will release new golf clubs in 2021. Why is this? Titleist has a 2-year product life cycle they've typically stuck to. Their TS drivers are, now they're not old at all, they're the latest Titleist drivers. Some of them were only released a year ago, others were released a little bit before that, about 18 months ago I think. So they're kind of coming towards the end of their product life cycle that you would typically see from Titleist. We typically start to see new kind of teases being released in maybe October, November, December time, and new golf clubs coming out obviously around then as well and into the new year. So I think Titleist will stick to this, and to be honest, Titleist have probably been one of the only golf club manufacturers that would maybe be fortunate as to how coronavirus has hit and the time it's hit. Now this is because Titleist obviously released these products 18 months to a year ago, and they would have had all their customers come along, do their fittings, buy their products, and you would see this big spike in sales, and then as time goes on it would kind of go down and you'd see less and less people buying that product as it becomes an older product. This is kind of fortunate for Titleist because they're at the end of their product life cycle, so the time they're planning to release new clubs anyway would potentially be when all of the coronavirus type things are ending and people are finally able to get out onto the golf course. Now Titleist also has a very, very, very loyal following of golfers. I'm sure each and every one of you knows or has played with someone who just every club in their bag is Titleist. Whenever new Titleist clubs out, they go and get themselves fit, or maybe even they've got fit 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago and they've still got the same Titleist clubs in the bag, they've stuck with them. They are very, very loyal customer base. Now the brands which, you know, could potentially get more affected by this are the ones who release new clubs in January, who aren't able to sell these products, and really there's not going to be much point in releasing new products again next January when people haven't been able to play golf for, you know, the majority of the year. I mean, my course has just been closed for over 2 months. I know some golf courses in America are still closed and, probably going to be closed for a while. Europe as well, Spain, Italy, all these places are seriously, seriously affected and, not going to see a huge amount of golf. Now, this is kind of interesting because I do think that golf products in general are they're limited in the technology that by the governing bodies that they're allowed to use. And, this kind of is almost a blessing in disguise because it's almost saying to the golf club manufacturers, hold up, take a deep breath, stop just throwing new products at us. Now you can actually have a bit more time to think about it, bit more time to plan, bit more time to really focus on what you're going to give us and if it's actually going to be an improvement on the previous year. And so, kind of in some ways a blessing in disguise. But it's going to be really interesting going forward. There are certainly going to be hardly any golf products being released towards the end of 2020 and 2021. But there will still be some. I do think, watch out for Titleist. I think some brands who maybe released them a longer time ago and maybe they were planning on releasing them now and maybe they've said, no, we're not releasing them now. We're actually going to save this product release and we're going to push it back and wait for next year and just take a break, put our slippers on and, just chill out for a sec. It's a really interesting topic. Nothing has ever really happened like this before that would have affected the kind of golf club manufacturing industry. And, will be interesting to see how these brands recover and what products they bring us moving forward in years to come. Really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It's certainly been a kind of interesting and unique one. Please do consider hitting that subscribe button. It really helps me out. And make sure you guys don't miss any of my future content. It's just free to do. And like this video if you guys have enjoyed it as well. And comment your thoughts below. I'd love to know what you think. Do you have a different opinion? Do you think more brands will be releasing next year? Let me know, guys. And I will see you in the next video. Grip it and rip it.